Good evening. This is your commissioner speaking, and welcome to week 4 of the Sunday Funday podcast. Now, first, I want to thank all of you for your patience last week as I was going through some hard drive issues. Got a new one here. We're good to go. We're back in business. But as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Coach Seeks. And Seeks, how's the heart rate doing after the back-to-back weekends of down-to-the-wire matchups?
I wish I was making this up. I tracked the fitness. After the Monday night football game, I got the iPhone message. It's like, do you want to I couldn't believe it said it. It really gets your heart rate. It's like, do you want to log this workout?
No.
I was legitimately the technology realized that my heart broke.
Fantasy football is killing you, Coach Seeks.
Killing me.
But hey, it was a great weekend of football, despite your heartbreak. I'm sorry about that, Coach Seeks. It was great for everyone who was able to break 50 points. So why don't we look back and recap everything that went down in a segment I'd like to call Hit It! What do you hear? What do you say? Coach Seeks, I will proudly wear this highest point total crown this week. For those who don't remember last year, I didn't even sniff the top 5. Oh my God, I couldn't even dream of it. It feels good over here, Coach Seeks. I think I may have to take the boys out to Olave Garden. Best tight end here, she gave it her all. Like I said last week, if the Chargers go off, her team's gonna go off. And when I saw Austin Eckler, Coach Seeks, he scored 3 touchdowns on me. I knew she wouldn't go down without a fight, but Javonte Williams tearing his ACL is a killer for her squad. Much needed reboot for the First Lady. What do you think, Coach Seeks?
Would you trade Eckler CMC? Was that a fair trade right now?
Eckler for CMC?
Yeah, would you do that trade?
Yes.
Okay, this one. Number 1 in the podcast, number 4 in the standings. It is your streaky commissioner. Look, I looked at your roster. It was great to see your entire team contribute to the week leading point total. Like you said, 8 of your 9 starters beat their projections. It's beautiful. If you're looking for some consistency, I thought this was a really funny stat. Both of your wins and both of your losses, both blowouts. So each week, you're either going to be the guy that wins or loses by a ton. So we all know what to look for.
All chips in.
All chips in. Hey, best tight end here. I have the best stat here for you and your team. Your 2 highest scorers blew right past CMC, which I mentioned. Mish's leading scorer. We just need to find some consistency as a team here. Her entire team got 31 targets, but only 18 catches. That's not going to get the job done. All the best for Javonte Williams. Final score here, Kamish 181 to Heather's 139. I'm wearing black for a reason. Seeks by the catch versus Sunday, Bloody Sunday. I figured that the league would really appreciate a very Coach Seeks take on this game here. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. I love you as a competitor and consider you a brother of mine. The loss does not hurt because it was you. The loss didn't even hurt because I was using my TI-83 during Monday Night Football again logging a workout. This loss hurts, Kamish.
Yeah.
George Kittle's size 14 cleat was slightly out of bounds right there in the end zone. I watched it over and over and over and over again. If that shoe was in bounds, what are we even talking about here? Coach Seeks would be 3-1 and number 2 in the league right now. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, you nailed it, Coach Seeks. It's a game of inches. Sometimes the fantasy football gods are in your favor, and sometimes they like to watch the world burn. Look, I don't want your frustration to take away from the fact that you and Sunday Bloody Sunday were well deserving of Game of the Week. I definitely learned my lesson in picking against Sunday Bloody Sunday after they win a nail-biter over my dearly beloved Coach Seeks in a 141-138 final. I'm already smiling for this one. Look, I really don't want to put Kev Dog through this. Coach
You're
Seeks.
a kid.
Kevin, if you're watching, I tip my cap because you're a guy that likes to look at the glass half full. And by half, I mean 55. Because that's how many points the Tiger Sharks put up. Seeks, these guys didn't look like the Tiger Sharks this week. I mean, the Snapchat King. He was in the water, maybe out in Vegas, but he started hearing the Kev Dog theme music. Da-da, 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 da-da. But then out of the water came a dolphin? Come on, it was the Tiger Dolphins this week, Coach Seeks, and I hope he breaks 100 next week to shut up the doubters. Meanwhile, the Snapchat King, he's sneaking on by with the third lowest point total. But he's very happy to be 2-2, Coach Seeks.
He is. Kevin, I feel like you need a friend right now. I typically give him the benefit of the doubt. His 55 points we joked about in the beginning were ugly. Lowest final score of the entire season.
The history of the league. I'm sorry to cut you off, but the history of the league.
You're right. So, like, I saw Tom Brady went off and a couple of his bench players outscored some of his starters. So I'm like, let me give Kevin the benefit of the doubt. I'll put them in his lineup. I have the TI-83 with me. Crunching it in. His best lineup would have lost to Billy's score by double digits, Kevin. That's all I have to say. I feel like I'm a disappointed parent. Look, Billy, you squeaked away with one. This is a middle-of-the-pack team right now in the Snapchat King. I'm really keeping an eye on to see, is he a contender or a pretender? Can't wait to do that segment. Final score here, Snapchat King 119, Kev Dogs 55. Woof. Rocky Mountain Oysters versus Brando's Country. Let's ride. Leave it to Biceps, man. He had the worst game of the season against the worst team in the league. Winning teams find a way to win. And man, this guy, he's riding a 3-game win streak. I am so excited to get to our predictions. He is facing off this week against a team that has a longer winning streak than him at 4 games. My, oh my. Brando, man. A cool stat I found for him, believe me, I really searched. If you and the Biceps switch schedules, you would each be 1-2. And that's coming from our number 3 team. So what I'm trying to say there, it doesn't quite matter that you're 0-4. If other people played your schedule, it's tough, man. Consider me a rider for Brando's Country.
For sure.
I think within the next few games, he catches a team off guard.
Yep.
I don't know, Billy Ward, he sees you, baby.
Hey, Brando's Country, still not riding. They're still not riding, Coach Seeks. Look, Brando is on his horse. He's giving a nice little kick to get the season going, and they're just not moving. I've got an interesting stat for you. Listen to this, Coach Seeks. Do you remember our friend, Coach Skoll? He made it to the Super Bowl last year, didn't he?
He did.
He started the season 0-4. Look, Brando, I'm running thin with these optimistic stats, man. You got to start winning soon. But the Rocky Mountain Oysters barely edged them out in a down week for them as they win their 3rd in a row, 113-104. And Seeks, it's getting a little chilly in here. I'm going to zip up my jacket for this one. Look, you and Sunday Bloody Sunday deserved the game of the week this past week, but I got to tell you, this one was a near second. We both picked the Wooks to pull off an upset in this one. I heard Scotty, he was chirping. He didn't like that pick, but he almost pulled it off as Cooper Kupp and Mike Evans kept him in striking distance. But Scotty, he cracked his knuckles. He went into his briefcase and he handed over his first quarter report as there were 1, 2, 3, 4 wins on it. First quarter zips were a force to be reckoned with. But I'm more interested in seeing what the second quarter zips are going to be like.
Oh, I like what you did there. Another man I know, I hold him dear to my heart. He was locked into the Monday night football matchup. He was chirping in our league group chat. The Wookiees of the year. Each of those batted down Matt Stafford passes, and I was looking to make sure it wasn't Higbee. Most of the time was Cooper Kupp. And as it was hitting the ground, I just pictured a Wookiee heartbreak just taking another hit. And again, this was the most enjoyable matchup of the week, as the 3.18 point margin was the tightest in the league this week.
Wow.
not to be confused with Heather, but Scotty Q has the best tight end here, as his guy was a catch away from a 40 spot. I love the Lions too.
TJ Hawk, baby.
TJ Hawk. Each week, this coach has a new player leading the way. I know it's early. Pump the brakes, Coach Seeks. But hey, it's got to be Super Bowl or bust for this rookie head coach, is it not? I don't know. The final one here, Scotty Q, 172 to Wook's 168.
All right, joining us now. We've already had one new coach joining us this season, but how about the second one? Why not that? We have on our episode, Brando's Country. Let's ride. Joining us, Coach Brando. Welcome to the Sunday Funday podcast.
Appreciate you, boys. Thank you for having me. It's been a good experience, nonetheless. I'm happy that I'm still in this league, and yeah, we're looking good so far. Staying positive.
I like that. Well, why don't I start off with my first question, and it's pretty basic. Are you okay?
If you would have asked me this on Sunday night once Sunday night football was over, and and I was able to see exactly like where we left off, because neither of us had guys playing on Monday night. So it was at least in my matchup. So it was pretty much set in stone. And to have three guys each catch one pass is that one hurts. That one for sure hurts, especially given that I lost, maybe by just a little.
You are a man of the media, as we all follow you. You are also a fantasy savant, if you will. I'm a little bit nervous because we're heading into the is he gonna call your baby ugly? Jay and I, we kind of co-parent the podcast here. You watched and listened last week, but what are your thoughts? What has this experience been like for you? Kind of joining, we're very different from other leagues. So what's it been like for you?
Hang on. Got some freezing again.
That's right.
Do this again.
Frozen 2.
There we are.
I can't tell if it's my Wi-Fi being whack. Everything seems fine.
Oh no. Brando's Country. Let's freeze.
That's right.
It has been wildly different. I've never been in a league like this one. It's top quality stuff, man. So I think it brings out the best in terms of competition.
Brando, I'm a rider, man. You'll see it in this week's episode. I'm still a Brandon rider, so I'm sticking with you.
We both are. My last question for you. Obviously not the start that you would like, but it's a long season ahead. If you could have done the draft over again, how would you have approached it differently?
Well, first off, I think you're allowed maybe a swing and a miss once or twice in a draft, as long as it's not in the top, 3 rounds. You got to get at least 1 or 2 of those picks right. Kyle Pitts was probably the bust of the year next to whoever drafted Allen Robinson. But yeah, Kyle Pitts has been painful to set in your lineup. You drafted him with high hopes and just hasn't really delivered.
If Russell Wilson was on the board, would you take him again?
I would not take him again. That was one of the busts I was talking about. Russ has been bad. He finally had one good week. We'll see if the Broncos keep riding there. But Brando's Country, not riding.
Okay. Well, bottom line is, Brando, we're all riders here. I already saw that you got Trevor Lawrence in the quarterback spot, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes week 5, It's
just a little bit of extra pressure for Russ. I need him to start cooking. I need him to start seasoning the food a bit.
I love it. All right. Well, Brando, thank you for joining us. We made it through. We survived. And as always,
yes, we did.
We ride.
Can you do the sign off for us?
All right. Well, that'll do it for us. Coming to you live from McAllen, Texas. I'm Brandon Benitez, and I work for Channel 5 Sports.
Well, Coach Seeks, you can't get a better interview than that, can you?
No, I love him so much.
I don't know if you have Coach Seeks, but we got week 5 ahead of us. Week 5.
We do.
Quarter of the season's over.
Mm-hmm.
Second quarter's upon us. Coach Seeks, have you checked out some of the games? What do you think?
I always do, especially after a loss like that. I was already there. How do the matchups keep getting better?
How about we check these matchups out? Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Let's go. All right, Coach Seeks, I got a good one for you. I got a great one. You know these two people very, very well. First off, we've got the Boxy Man taking on the Tiger Sharks. Who you got here, Coach Seeks?
I mean, I kind of looked at it in one or two different ways when I broke down your prediction. You're either going to put up a lot or you're going to get blown out by a lot. I looked at Kev. I think Kev is very vulnerable right now.
Yes.
And
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. I'm saying it, and I'm sticking with it. I'm picking you. Not because you're there. I think you're the hot hand. I think Kevin needs a little bit of a wake-up call.
Yep.
I'm going to go with you here.
Kevin and I, we've already had a matchup back in week 2, Coach Seeks, and he crushed me. 157 to 112, Coach Seeks, and we do not forget about that, I'll tell you that. I'm very interested to see if Kev Dog can break 100 points this week. That's what I'm looking for. I know I can do it. Let's see if Kev Dog can match me. I've got myself this week as well, Coach Seeks. And on to this next matchup. We've got Sunday Bloody Sunday taking on best tight end here.
I mean, the eye-glaring thing that I know John's looking at is JT lacing up. And again, speaking, I'll keep on the injury train. I'm on St. Brown.
I love how you say that name.
I do too. I don't know why.
I'm on.
But even with the question marks, I am a Heather advocator. But I got Sunday Bloody. He just took me down. I saw what he can do when he's doing. I got Sunday Bloody with or without JT. I got him.
Look, yes. I mean, we've seen what Best Tight End here's team can do. I mean, she's got the cornerstones in the lineup. It's just the supporting cast has not showed up yet. And then when you lose a guy like Javonte Williams, it's tough to replace. It's tough to replace Coach Seeks. Sunday Bloody Sunday. He's got some guys getting healthy, coming back. I got Sunday Bloody Sunday this week. I learned my lesson the past 2 times I picked against him. All right, and on to... This is going to be a good one, I think. Sneaky, under the radar. Good one, Coach Seeks. We've got the Snapchat Gang taking on Brando's Country. Let's ride.
I mean, recency bias, sure. That man did not look like a team that hasn't won a game yet. He looked like he was ready to go. The reason being why I think he gets his first victory, I kind of alluded to this. I really think that the injuries are going to finally get to the Snapchat King. He was a little vulnerable this week. If he played anybody else besides Kevin, hi Kevin, he would have lost. I've got Brando getting his first win of the season. Brando's Country, I'm riding with you.
Look, we picked Brando last week to get their first win against the Rocky Mountain Oysters, and they were very close. I don't think the Snapchat King has had a true challenge yet this season. He's snuck by. I'm joining with you. Riders, we ride. I think Brando gets his first win of the season this week. Either way, he's got to give Billy a run for his money. And I think these two need it the most. Either Brando needs a win and Billy needs a wake-up call. And on to the Wookiees of the year, taking on Seeks by the Catch.
This one's going to be a tough one. There's no way to spin that. He had an incredible performance. I know there's no Patterson this week. I don't know. I picked the other guy when I thought I was going to win. I want to pick me here, and I'm going to pick me here. But I don't feel great about it. I'm not cashing this ticket in Vegas, but I got Seeks winning a very close one.
Yeah, look, both of you lost heartbreakers last week. Wooks has lost 3 in a row. He is not someone to sleep on whatsoever. Sorry to say this, but I think he has Juju Smith-Schuster going on Monday Night Football, so I pray it does not come down to Monday night once again, Coach Seeks, just for your sake. But I got you actually pulling it out this week, Coach Seeks. I am going to bet against the Wookiees for once. Actually, I don't think I've bet against you, Coach Seeks, so I need to do that eventually, but I got you winning.
You hear that? I'm a little down in the dumps, but even in the dumps, I can hear those bells a chiming. This is the much, much anticipated game of the week.
Oh, and it's going to be a good one.
We got to get into it right now.
Let's get into it.
Yep.
And now, for the game of the week. This is a heavyweight match here, folks. We've got the number 1 seed, undefeated fourth quarter Zips, taking on the number 3 seed, the old man strength, the Rocky Mountain Oysters. Coach Seeks, who do you have in the game of the week?
I think the only one that can beat Scott Cartledge is Scott Cartledge, and I don't see that happening anytime soon. I'm going to pick him week after week until he beats himself, and I think it's 3 in a row versus 4 in a row, but there's some vulnerabilities with RMO. So I'm going to go with Scotty Q Zip.
Yeah, fourth quarter Zips. They got Melvin Gordon on the bench, my friend. He's about to get the starting role potentially in Denver. It's like the rich just get richer. Look, fourth quarter Zips, they put up the points, and points matter in this league almost as much as the record. But I got fourth quarter Zips in the game of the week. I hope it's a good one. That's all we have for you today. Thank you for tuning in to episode 4 of the Sunday Funday podcast.
I appreciated Brando coming and talking some football with us, and all of our 21 viewers. Appreciate you guys watching the podcast this time.
And I wish you all the best of luck. Except for you, Tiger Sharks. This is your commissioner, signing off.
Bye, Kevin.